Hello friends, and welcome to the video. So, our body's conscious. Let's talk about that today. Before I do that, I'll show you my new painting. So I manifested from basically I teleported to the London National Gallery, and I stole that painting. No, I didn't really. I painted it, so I'll show you what it looks like. So I'll move aside. There you go, Van Gogh, my copy, 100% copied by me. Okay, so that's what I've been doing, and growing my hair. As same last time, still cutting myself. Okay, so our body's conscious. We have this problem, first of all, that clearly, you see some boxers, one guy knocks the other guy out and he's unconscious. He's not conscious. And then he wakes up again and he's conscious again. So the body was conscious, then unconscious and conscious. We see people fall asleep, again, they lose consciousness. That's not what we're really talking about. I don't want to say that we have no proof that they're conscious, but that's what we'll get into later. So consciousness, when we're talking about consciousness, because it all gets mixed up. Some people talk about consciousness meaning thoughts. I saw some article recently that says that science has discovered how the brain produces consciousness. I looked at it, and it's just all about thoughts, which are an object to consciousness. Consciousness is the knowing of everything, the fact that there's a subjective experience, and of course it's not like subject and object, it's a non-dual, it's the ultimate subject. There's nothing subjective about it. It's the knowing. As I always say, like in a dream, you see the chair and you know the chair, but the light on the chair is not reflecting into your dream eyes. They don't work. Your body in the dream doesn't work. It's just arising in your awareness. The chair is known just because it's you, because you're the dream. You know it kind of from the inside, so it's all known. So this knowing, this subject, that's what we're talking about when we say consciousness. Now, is your body conscious? I mean, look at your hand. Is your hand conscious? It might be. It might be wondering what's going on at the moment. In materialism, we'd say it isn't because it's a hand. And in non-duality, in Advaita Vedanta, it's also not conscious. It's the object of consciousness. There's not two consciousnesses here right now, me and my hand. It's just me. My hand is an object. It's insentient. It's jada is the word. So your hand isn't conscious. Now, are your thoughts conscious? We normally imagine that your thoughts are conscious. That's, if you're I don't know, if you're not really, well, if you've thought about it at all, you will think that your body isn't really conscious. You can lose an arm or lose a leg, and it's not like you've lost part of your consciousness. But your thoughts are conscious, and we think that the thoughts are produced by the brain. Of course, Bernardo Kastrup says that the brain is a representation of a mental activity. So that's why there's this tight correlation between mental processes and the brain. But even the mental processes are arising in consciousness. They're an object to consciousness. You think about something, 1, 2, 3, that's information that's being seen. It's not knowing itself. Does it know itself? It might, but it's not. The only consciousness I find in my world is over here. And I say over here, but as I said with the dream analogy at the beginning, it's not really even over here. It's just everything arises in consciousness. Now, existence itself is consciousness, as far as I'm concerned. Now, so the thoughts are not conscious, the mind's not conscious, the brain arises in conscious. It's an object of consciousness. It's the idea in materialism is this is something outside all of this that's producing my experience. In Bernardo Kastrup's analytic idealism, there's something outside of all this. It's more mind. It's not matter, but it's more mind. But it's what what all this represents. This is our interface, and it represents something that's hidden outside. But in the direct path and in Advaita Vedanta, in Advaita Vedanta, there are different levels. There is a level where the world does exist outside. It's called Shrishti Drishti. So existence, Shrishti, and then Drishti is the seeing of it. So the world exists outside. So this is promoted by Shankaracharya and is taught by Swami Savripriyananda as a kind of introduction. He does go into the deeper levels as well, though. The world was created by God, is created by God. It kind of exists outside our body and mind. When we go to sleep, it's still there. It was here before we were born. And this is what Bernardo Kastrup believes with analytic idealism. But there's a stricter, a more advanced version, according to Ramana Maharshi, which is a drishti shrishti. So this is the seeing happens, and then there's the creation. I mean, it kind of happens at the same time, though. So you wake up and the world appears. When you go to deep sleep, there's no world. So until the I arises, as it's not there in deep sleep, the world doesn't exist either. So that's drishti shrishti, a high level. Now, part of the reason I'm talking about this is because I recently saw a video of, I think it's 3 years old actually. I don't know if I saw it before, but I've forgotten, where Bernardo Kastrup and Michael James are talking. And Michael James is this scholar of Ramana Maharshi, and he's representing Ramana Maharshi's beliefs and teachings. And Bernardo Kastrup starts off with his explanation of his analytic idealism. The world exists independent of us, although we are mind itself. So it's all arising in one mind, but we are these dissociative alters, this like multiple personality disorder, and so we see each other, but really we're all part of the one mind. Outside this, there is a world, and Michael James was trying to hint at first that the I arises and the world arises, and he called it the ego. And Kastrup was saying, I agree with you. Yeah, the egos, we've all got these egos. And Michael James was trying to hint, no, it's not really like that. There's, how many egos do you see? There's just your ego. This arises. The other egos are kind of implied. Now, we know your body isn't conscious. Your thoughts are not conscious. Your mind is not conscious. The only consciousness is conscious. And if this body, the one that I am, the one that you are, is not conscious, it's insentient, and your mind is not conscious either, it's insentient, then why would any of the other bodies you see in the world be conscious either? And when Bernardo Kastrup understood this, he was horrified. And he started saying stuff like, oh, this kind of thinking produces people like Hitler, and he would have walked out of the interview 10 minutes ago if he didn't respect Michael James. The thing is that what Bernardo Kastrup, who I respect a lot, and his model, analytic idealism, is better for me than materialism, but it's not clearly the ultimate truth. It's in some ways just made up. What he's done is he has certain criteria first, so we cannot let it be solipsism. So therefore there's multiple alters, there's multiple viewpoints that are happening right now, but the direct path that Ramana Maharshi taught, this drishti shrishti, is really that you see things and things appear. There is, in your direct experience, there's bodies, yes, and there's minds, yes, but there's only one consciousness in your direct experience, and not two. And we are talking about non-duality here. So Bernardo Kastrup had to admit that on the ultimate level, there is only just one mind, and it's all that. There's only one viewpoint, but it's the same viewpoint seeing out of other people's minds, which is one way to look at it. But the teaching that Michael James was trying to bring out was of Eka Jiva Vada. So there's only one Jiva. So this teaching method, this way of exploring reality, you have to be sincere about what you explore, what you find in your direct experience. And if I say that my body isn't conscious and my mind is not conscious, it's the ego that says that this is you that's doing this, you are the doer, it's the body that's you, that's their body, you feel an emotion, you feel hurt, you see somebody else hurt, you say that's their hurt, this is my hurt, this is my joy, I'm just about to do something, I just did something. All of that is created by the ego, and the ego arises and duality arises with it. But in fact, when we explore, there's only one Jiva. This is even not the ultimate truth. The ultimate truth that Ramana Maharshi was teaching was ajata. And Michael James points out that it's not ajatavada, which is the teaching of ajata, a teaching of non-origination. It's just ajata. It's not even a teaching. It can't be a teaching because it's the truth. And there is nothing ever originated. So there was no... there's no person who's receiving the teaching. There's no teacher. There's no. All of this was just a mistake. You see the rope. You go out in the night and you see a rope on the ground and it's wet and it's raining and it's dark and you mistake it for a snake and somebody shines a light on it and you see it's a rope. Now the rope was never a snake. The rope didn't convert into a snake, like some ideas in Kashmir Shaivism. This is all created out of consciousness. No, the rope didn't turn into a snake. The rope was never a snake. It was all just a mistake. It was all just ignorance. And removing the ignorance is when you realize the truth that all there is Brahman, and it's not me and it's not you. It is kind of you and it is kind of me, because it's that which all experience arises in. It's the knower of everything. So we kind of go through a step of solipsism. It's not really narcissistic solipsism, only I exist and everything's just made up by me. It's metaphysical solipsism. So it's that even you don't exist. Even what you think of yourself, the thing that your ego tells is you, but the true self is that which everything arises in. And can we say that the true self is over here and over there? I suppose we can't say that it's not, but the truth is everything that is known by the self, and there is only one. Even if I attach myself to your brain and I looked out of your eyes, it would still be my awareness that would be seeing it. If you did the same, you looked through my eyes, it would be your awareness. Is this over here that you're watching conscious? Well, it's just a computer screen, or it's just your phone. Is the person behind the camera conscious? Well, the body is not. The mind is not. And the body and the mind are part of the whole world anyway and can't be separated. The thing that's conscious is the thing that's observing it, and it's over there. I could say where you are, but it is you. It's not even what you take yourself to be, the thing that your ego keeps telling you that you are. So we go through a scary phase of solipsism, but eventually we just end up in the truth, this peaceful truth of this unchanging peace that everything arises in. It cannot change, because if it was changing, it would be seen as change and it would be an object. Just that pure background to everything and for everyone. So, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.